I'm a busy man. What can I say? But I want to welcome you into the eSIM Studios YouTube channel, the home of honest technology news, reviews, and discussions. Right? We don't hold anything back here. I'm not paid off, unlike all the other YouTubers. Uh, we let our opinions fly, whether it's good or bad. So, and right before we get on here, I got banned on Reddit. Well, not on the whole Reddit, but I got banned on the Pixel thread on Reddit. And I'm going to try to bring up the message that got me banned. I couldn't believe it. Me? Of all people? I've been a Pixel supporter for ever since the Nexus days. How are you going to ban me? Well, you'll find out. I got fed up with people bitching and complaining and essentially called them out by saying, so this Pixel thread, I don't know if I guarantee, though I was going to pull up the thread here. I think they probably deleted my message, to be honest with you. Let me show you what got me banned. So this is what I was writing. No, this is not what got me banned, but I was replying to another thread on Reddit in regards to this Pixel 11. So let me set the scene. This Pixel Glow feature leaked, which we're going to see here in just a minute. But there were people on the official. See, how do I get banned, but they don't? That's what I don't get. That's why sometimes I can't stand social media. I just post what I need to post and I get off. Rarely will you find me scrolling, because I just wasted my time, right? Like, I got shit to do. Like, I rarely scroll. I'll usually post and get off. Or like today, the Pixel Glow leak came out. So I was like, oh, cool. And it leaked actually on Reddit. So the official one. So I got on Reddit to go grab the short video and the photo of it. But while I was downloading in the background, I was reading some of these messages. And I was like, literally every single message was negative about the Pixel. Now, you know me. Let's be fair, I've been kind of shitting on Pixel, but I have a very specific axe to grind with them when it comes to what I don't like about the Pixel, and it's not hardware. It's not necessarily software, even though it kind of is. Y'all know it's the 200 charging cycle limit. That's the one thing that drives me insane. That's the one thing that's preventing me from using it, because I know I'm going to like the phone. I love Pixels, but it's just this one thing that once you go past 200 charging cycles, they cut your charging speeds in half and limit your battery capacity to 80%. 200 charging cycles comes out to about 6 months of usage if you charge your phone every day. So why am I going to fall in love with a phone only to be able to use it for 6 months? Because after you hit that limit, it's going to take 2 hours to charge your phone. It's going to blow. It's going to suck. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just not get it, and then I won't be that, frustrated later. Well, today I was defending Pixel, right? So every single post, people were bitching and complaining about everything about this phone. Oh, you gave us less RAM. You're gonna make us buy the upgraded storage variant to get the extra RAM, or you didn't even increase the battery. And then the one that I replied under, they got me banned. This person was saying, how are you gonna take away the thermometer sensor on there and then put a stupid RGB glow on there that you can't even see when you have the phone face up and your always on display on? And I read a few of them and I was like, man, these people are crazy. And then I read that and I'm just like, all right, like, I gotta say something. That's complete bullshit. I have never in my life, these are people that just want to complain about anything, right? These are just Pixel haters. And I'm coming to Pixel's defense today. I'm like, damn it, I'm going to defend Pixel in this one because these people are frauds. I have never in my life seen a person brag about the thermometer sensor on the back of these Pixels. Remember, right around 2022 when COVID was a thing, remember they implemented the temperature sensor in the camera island for you to like hold to your head. It'll tell your temperature. Remember when COVID was a thing? If you had to raise temperature, and with the Pixel you could check your own temperature, right? Well, it's been on the Pixel ever since 2022 or whenever they implemented it. I think back on the Pixel 8 or 7 or 8. It's been there on the 7, 8, 9, 10. And then on the 11, this one, they're taking that off and adding the Pixel Glow. And this person was complaining, not to mention about other things, right? Oh, the CPU and the GPU, and you're taking away the temperature, and you're making us buy the more, and it got more expensive this year. And I said, I can't even remember what I said, but obviously I was a little worked up, and that's why I try to stay off a lot of these things, is because I do get worked up about this stuff. I love technology, right? Just like you do. But it's like certain comments or certain people that don't see the full picture. After reading 4 or 5 of them, I start to get a little worked up. And on the 5th one, I'm like, all right, well, I got to say something. Well, it got me banned. Now look at what I said. This is another post I put up there that I was trying to send. And then I got that pop-up message. When I hit send, I get that pop-up message saying, you have been banned. So I was saying, you're complaining about the new Pixel Glow feature. These threads don't even make up 1% of Pixel buyers. So what do they care about people crying about this new Pixel? I'm talking about there's 100 people complaining about how this Pixel 11 sucks. And I was saying, do you really think you're going to affect sales? Like, do you really, and let's be honest, they don't care what I say. And they don't care what people say in Reddit threads. Let's be honest. They don't. Right? If 101 people don't buy the phone, it's not going to affect anything. That's the message I was trying to get across. I was a little frustrated because you can see I bleeped out my own word there. They don't give a bleep about y'all or me. I just remind readers there's no perfect phone. And that's the thing. They were picking this phone apart like it was a piece of shit. And I was saying, there is no perfect phone, right? The iPhone 17 Pro Max, it is far from perfect. The S26 Ultra, far from perfect. The OnePlus 15, far from perfect. The Motorola Signature, not a perfect phone. So, I'm like, you're expecting a perfect phone. That's the issue. Your expectations are sky high. If you go into each and every phone knowing, well, it might not have, the best low light pictures, but I really like the design. It's fast, it's snappy. I'm good with it. I'm going to buy it, right? Those are reasonable expectations. The people that were in this thread today were blowing my mind. I couldn't believe there are people out here that are just picking this phone apart. And I get it. That's what Reddit's for. Have the conversation. But there was not one positive post. And I'm talking there was probably at least 100 comments or whatever you want to call them in Reddit. I don't really use it that much, but so I just let them know, so people can go cry me a river while Google launches their 11th generation of the Pixel. It's going to sell. If y'all don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple, right? So today I found myself defending Pixels. So, it is what it is. But look, if you know what you're getting, it's not a bad phone. If you're a big time gamer, don't get the phone. You see what I'm saying? But if you take a lot of pictures, if you got kids, you go on trips and Six Flags, and it's a great phone. The Pixel 11 is not going to be a shitty phone. Sure, it doesn't play AAA games, well, okay. Well, I don't play games, so what do I care? So, if it didn't have the 200 charging cycle limit, I would buy this phone and enjoy it. In fact, you can buy this phone and enjoy it up to 200 charge for the first 6 months. Just expect after that, it's going to take 2 hours to charge. This is going to be a great phone. If you want the Pixel, if you're excited for the launch of this Pixel, you should be. This is going to be a great phone, but I must remind people, it's not perfect. You need to know what its limits are. You need to have expectations now. Remember, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.